Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We got a real situation on our hands. And for me personally, this is a weird situation because not only is Mercury in retrograde, Jupiter in retrograde, but it's that time of the month where I'm completely worried about making rent for the next month in a few days. And after working my entire ass off all month, it looks like the severe weather is about to kick into a super high gear, possibly like we've never seen before. You may say, hey, are you overselling this? And I'm like, I don't know, let's look at the data, man. First of all, this is the storm right now at about 8:06 p.m. Look at this thing. It extends down literally into Mexico. And then look at this giant, that's how big the storm we're dealing with now is. So this is definitely a major situation we have on our hands. Now, I've been warning people about the increasingly severe weather changes we will be encountering for 4 or 5 years, asking people to come together. And the last thing anybody wants to do these days is get along with their fellow Americans to find common ground so we can all come up with solutions to these problems that we are facing literally now. Because we are talking major rain here. And one reason I want to remind you guys that I do a good job and I think I fit in with the giant weather team, because sometimes they get bad data. And it always comes from our government, which spends, what, $3.7 trillion a year? And gives us what? Okay, so here it is. This is the 7-day total. Do you see that? 7 days. So they're saying this area right here, about the maximum it could get is 5 to 7 inches over 7 days. Ladies and gentlemen, I think we could see that total broken tonight. Definitely tomorrow. The GFS, this right here is saying on Thursday, right? See that little pink spot right here? Now I am colorblind. Red, green, brown, I think. I don't know. But that looks like either the 24-inch pink, see that? The 24-inch or 22. So we've got the one telling us, oh yeah, over 7 days, the most you'll get is 7 inches of rain. And then you got another one saying, oh yeah, in a single day, you might get 20 inches of rain. Now, to compound the complex problems we all face, at the moment we have 135 rivers flooding, and, shoot, what was it? Sorry when you click on it, but as you see, it's going to be over the exact same areas where that storm is going to be slowly training all through tonight, all through Wednesday. It'll slowly move east, but it'll rain all Thursday. It'll rain all Friday, and then it'll clear out on Saturday. So we have 135 rivers flooding, and this is up from 44 yesterday when I posted the video, and 167 gauges near flood stage. So you add 20 inches of rain on top of that in a single day, that is going to cause major problems. People are going to die. Animals are going to die. It's going to be horrible. We're going to lose more infrastructure. And we've lost over $1.5 trillion worth of infrastructure since 2017 started. But unfortunately, everybody's arguing about other things. So nobody's really paying close attention. And now is the time. This is the overall total accumulated precipitation in March to April 12th. And so look at this. Even on this is saying that hundreds of miles will see 20 to 24 inches of rain right there. Hundreds of miles that cross multiple states. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We're talking hundreds of miles. 7 states that could see over 20 inches of rain in a short period of time on top of all the rain they've been getting over the last few months. And then the hits keep on coming. Let's watch this, shall we? So yeah, as you can see, pretty much right after the storm clears out on Saturday, another storm that right now doesn't look as big comes in right after it. And then we got our next monster storm. I mean, it's just a wave after wave after wave monster storm pattern. And so look at that train over those areas. It blows out the top. And so look, it's gone on Saturday. But then you got this moisture and snow coming in. And we got another giant snow freeze coming up for the middle of America and then the Northeast. But so this is our littler storm that follows. That's Sunday, like right after the next one. The good thing is it doesn't go too low to hit the areas that will get hit hard. But it's the next one around, I think, what is it, the 5th? So we get more. This one, yeah, I think. So we're going to get continuous, not necessarily heavy precipitation. Then on the 5th, we have another. Look at this day, people. Look at this day. All right. I mean, that's, once again, that looks like the whole coast is going to get wet. And then you start to get this super nastiness firing up once again over the same areas. Like, look at that. That is major flooding. That lists it at about 10 to 16 inches and was it about 12% of Texas? So that's going to be a major problem. And then, but notice how it continues to train over the exact same areas, and there's another big storm right behind it. So look at that. This is the 8th. And the exact same spots are going to get trained over again with a slow storm, and then another one right behind it. And so I've been documenting this. Look at that. And it's like, the more evidence I show how serious the situation is getting, and the more I ask people to come together as one American family, the more divided we become. So it's like, should I just quit talking about it? Because I don't know, you know, with, like I was talking about, the school shootings are horrible and tragic, but we literally have, like, these are giant bullets that are coming at us that we can see ahead of time and that we should be responding to. But I fear nobody's really going to pay attention until it's too late. But look at this, like, look at the, like, it's just going to be just a bunch of challenges. And united we stand, divided we fall. I mean, look at those. I'm going to let it run. But this is just an atmospheric river all over the nation. And so, you know, I'll do my best to keep you guys updated. But, you know, at this point, I'm a little super frustrated because the heat on me has been hotter than it's been in a long time. Because I don't know if you know this, sometimes people don't appreciate me trying to bring you this information. Like, I lost another laptop like a week ago. I had to get another one. It's like my, what, 3rd in 4 months? So, like, look at that. That is, like, it's just going to get redonkulous. And either united we stand together as one American family, or divided we will fall and drown. So that's why, like, I feel like a broken record. Like, I mean, these are incredible, you know? And if this isn't going to wake us up, I don't know what will. And I sure don't want to be around if we're just all going to, if everybody's going to argue all the time, 24/7 about politics and whatever. You know, it just doesn't seem like a great time to be on Earth. But anytime, like all week, I've been kind of losing faith in humanity. Just like, holy shit, we can't even get people to tie their, like, shoelaces. Like, you couldn't get Americans to screw in a light bulb. And I hear God in my head say, don't worry, it's going to be okay. So then I calm down for like 6 hours or 10 hours, and then it starts back up again. So that's no fun. Yeah, it hasn't really been a fun week. But okay. This is from the ever wonderful king of Twitter, king of weather Twitter, Cranky Weather Guy. What we will see occur in the TPV shift back east, the Pacific jet come in, and northern Pacific and polar disturbances ride through the northern reaches into our area to produce the mischief Loki for April 1st through the 8th. So yeah, like this is only the title card fight, man. It's going to get nasty. Another thing that he points out, this thing that didn't turn into a nor'easter, it was a miss, asterisk. One thing I noticed, when it's here, if you notice, okay, when it came out, I'm going to drop it back for you. When it came out, right, most of them come out and then go up the coast and then out, right? This one goes out and then comes back towards the coast. Now, we don't think we're pretty sure it's not going to affect the coast or hit the coast, but I'm saying, I just think it's odd that we had one of our giant storms, the first one, go retrograde at the time Mercury just went retrograde. Just an interesting little thing I found. So yeah, things are interesting for sure. So, just pointing that out. Let's see. Yeah, just the setup here is incredible. And so, and if the volcano section over here breaks down, then even Southern California could see a lot more moisture. This is going to block the storm off, which means travel slow. Eric Fisher, southwesterly jet to the ocean storm, access denied. Cranky Weather Guy, 3 good dips in the pipeline to open April. And then we're done. Seems 4 disturbances, each affording some northeast snowfall chances. So I think he's saying then we're done with winter. So April 1st, 3rd, 5th, and 8th. Not to mention the 30th northwest quad snow changeover in its wake. So we got a real stormy pattern. And if the government is just going to let everything fall apart, while everybody argues, technically I think the coolest thing they could do is just legalize marijuana across the board right now. But the pharmaceutical companies and the alcohol companies would never allow that. And my buddies, everybody in Texas, the flash flooding will probably start on Wednesday. And so we need to be watching out pretty much through Texas, Wednesday through Thursday. And we could see some nasty flooding. And once again, like all the weird stuff in the sky, because I was saying, when the sun acts weird, Earth weather acts weird, and then people act weird. And well, the auroras have been as magnificent as I've ever seen them. And I don't know if it's a joke, but he said newly discovered Brent McKean. Newly discovered aurora. It's called the Pink Panther aurora. Very rare. It's only seen around tall trees. So he's got to be kidding. Researchers are still trying to figure out why they only dance above forests. And if the joke is simple and clear and I just didn't get it, then you guys can make fun of me in the comments. But it looks like there's some pink in there. But I don't know. I'm colorblind, like I said. We are totally in retrograde season. But yeah, we got this situation is just going to get wilder and wackier. And I've been talking for 14 minutes, so I should cut this one off. In advance of Wednesday's predicted storms, the city of Houston is reducing the daily pooling level of Lake Houston from 42.5 feet to 40 feet. And hurricane season's only a couple months away. We ain't ready. Nobody's ready. Nobody's even thinking about it. Not nobody, but just the majority of all people. All the gates at the lake are open, and it's expected to reach the 40-foot mark by Wednesday evening. Thank you, the bishop at KU. All right. And tonight's flood watches look like a brontosaurus who ate too much Taco Bell. And it's true, brought to us by infected cabbage. Everybody loves cabbage, right? So yeah, that's a bad sign. It's a really bad sign. And then this is from the Weather Geek _ weather. WX _ weather. Look at this. Check out how intense the precipitation in the northwest quadrant of the storm cools the layer of air, allowing for wet snow to break out. It will be intriguing to see future runs. And it's weird because I'm starting to think, because like people in the upper northeast are so obsessed with snow and snowfall totals, I'm starting to think it's like an aphrodisiac for them. So I just don't know why they're always so obsessed with, I mean, it's like snow totals over wind speeds or rain, flooding. They're just like, I need to know how much snow it's going to be, and I need you to be within an inch. Or like 50 people are going to tweet how you are the worst meteorologist ever. I don't go through this because I don't really get into snow totals, but a lot of the other meteorologists, especially in the last storm, just ran into a wall of trollers. The thing is, yeah, dude, this weather is so, between the data that we're given and then the calls you got to make, like, it's tough for everybody. Technically, in my opinion, I think Weather Twitter has done, and all weather people have done about as good a job working together as a team as anyone in America over the last year and a half. Not counting the military, of course. And so, and the majority of all these guys are totally underpaid. So, man, I'm just, I don't know, just another fun thing. The S&P's lost $2.3 trillion market cap, and Americans own about 30% of the stocks in the S&P, the Dow Jones, and the NASDAQ. So that means about 70% of that money left our country. That's why I don't get that excited about the stock market, man. Oh. Let's see, there was one other that I wanted to... Where are we at? See, and there's the pressure, like... Ugh. Where are we at? Okay, bear with me. Gosh dang, I guess I tweet a lot. What was I saying? Woo! Alright, maybe I should... Wee. What are we doing here? Alright, I'm gonna have to skip it. Anyway, there's somebody who was saying there was gonna be a 40-degree average. The temperatures at one point could be 40 degrees lower than what they should be normally at this time. So I thought that was interesting. Anyway, this video is too long. If I want to talk about more stuff, I guess I can make another one. Like I said, I told you guys, I've been doing this for 5 years, and I basically said, as long as you guys would help me pay all my bills so I could do this full time, I would do my best to keep bringing you the truth and the weather as I know it. But I'm about $400 short of rent, with like 5 or 6 days to go, so it's looking touch and go. Like I said, I'm okay with going out and getting a real job, because I technically could have a job that paid me $15 to $30 an hour to do this full time, because I thought everything was going to kind of fall apart, and if we didn't come together, then, you know, humanity would perish. So like I said, part of me is like, yeah, it's just not going to work anyways. Like, you know? So I'm okay with walking away. Because, you know, I feel like the only guy who's out there saying, hey, we got to work together as a team. Whereas like everybody else is blaming politician A or politician B for every problem that has happened to humanity that is here with us now over the last 7,000 years. So I'm pretty frustrated, you know, and I'm tired of being broken. What woman would want to date a man who has to ask y'all for money every month? Like I said, when it started, I never imagined YouTube would pay me 16% now what they used to pay me 4 years ago. But if you notice, they were all over the Super Bowl and the World Series, and I went to South by Southwest, did a bunch of shit there. So they're making money hand over fist. Lucky for them, they're a techopoly and have no competition when it comes to getting paid to make videos. Must be good to be the Google, the Magoogle, or whatever. Anyway, so I'll keep you guys posted. It's going to get bad. It's really going to get bad, and, you know. But it just feels like what I learned from Puerto Rico is Americans, unless it's directly affecting them, the majority of Americans either don't care or feel impotent, like, what can I do to help? And it's just like with the gun thing, man. If either party gave a shit about the situation, the first thing they would do is call to stop the demonizing rhetoric, stop blaming the other party for everything, and stop just making everything negative and hateful. That energy feeds into everything. I mean, the school shootings happened after the 24-hour news cycle started. Like, it's a weird symbiotic relationship where, the media can talk about it forever, but they also create it. So no matter what, we got to start getting rid of negativity if we ever want solutions. But it doesn't seem like people really want solutions. So I don't know. Seems like if you guys are going to contribute and help me keep THORNEWS up and running, I will keep at it, because it is going to get weird, wild, and wackier. But if it doesn't work out, then I don't know. If you think this is fun and games and yay ha, I'm living life, no, I'm not. And like I said, the heat has been hotter lately than in a long time. So I just, I don't know. Anyway, God bless everyone. If you do want to donate, I don't imagine anyone stayed this long. I'll leave my PayPal link in information. Another thing, you guys have been super fantastic, wonderful. I go to my P.O. box like once a week, once every 2 weeks. And every time I go in there, you guys have put a giant smile on my face. You made me feel loved and appreciated. So I've read every written letter I've gotten. All the gifts have been super fantastic. And it's just, so if you guys want to put a smile on my face, just, the old school thing about getting a letter from people, it's still in effect. So thank you for listening, if anybody lasted this long. And I'll talk to you guys soon. But please, let's take this seriously, especially if you're in the line of flooding, because it's like I like to say, you got to pretend like your government just doesn't even exist, and they're not really going to help you that much if you get in a bind. And I'm not talking about the first responders, and I'm not talking about the wonderful firemen or the police. I'm just talking about politicians, man. All right. Stay cool. Peace out.